Good afternoon. All right. So this morning, we're just speaking about the way, the truth, the life. So this evening, we're going to look at life. And not the spiritual aspect, we're going to look more into the physical stuff. Now today, we're going to do a little more practical. I know I told you all this morning that if you had something that you want to address, we're going to address that. But I just want to finish up this from today. I know my wife had something that you all had questions about, the phytic acid and those kind of stuff. It's one PowerPoint. Well, we can't bring the computer, so I'll have to do this one with current catch up part of later. All right? So I just want to finish up this because it's all on the same pen drive, but I'll do this one first, okay? Yeah. So let us have a word of prayer as we begin. All right? Our Father, our God, our Creator, our King, we humbly come before you, thanking you for your amazing goodness towards us. We don't deserve it. Lord, you sent your Son, and we hung him on the cross. Lord, forgive us. And Lord, as we come into this closing hour, if you were to send a Savior again for us, we'll do the same thing. And your people are hard of understanding. Lord, you love us so much that you want us to be with you in the eternal kingdom. So Lord, help that as preachers go out like present truth speakers, that they be able to convict souls, that with your Holy Spirit convict souls, and that we all could hasten your soon coming, that we're going to be home with you in your eternal kingdom. Lord, will help us this evening as we try to make a little presentation on health, that you will help us, Lord. Save us when you come. Let your name be given all the praise and glory in Jesus' name. Amen. What we're trying to cover, the little time we do have, okay? I'm trying to go into another part of it. But anyway, my wife said that you all need to know. We all know what a real farmer should look like. And very soon, you're going to have your own Seventh Adventist, Black Brother, restaurant, pharmacy, like this. It's going to be soon. I just need together people like-minded to come to help make this a reality. Okay? I'm speaking about our restaurant again. I just spoke to my brother, the vision that he has for this place. I think if we could put it together as part of a synergy with the work that we have before us, it's going to be a testimony in this place. But as my wife said, you all need to hear this. So, we all know what we can do with avocados. We all eat it for fat. We all do everything. Okay? And my wife have a whole presentation on this where she'll show you how to make natural hair products that is good for your hair. She used to do hair, and so she knows a whole lot of stuff when it comes to women hair, trying to grow your hair, trying to do everything with hair. I know hair is a very important thing with women. Alright? But one thing I want to talk about when it comes to this avocado here, rich in omega fatty acid, what we do with people who are like AIDS patients and who have physical wasting, we take avocado with banana, with say carob powder or vanilla essence, and we blend it in a blender, and it turns like pudding. And you know, the people who have cancer or body wasting, they crave a lot of sugar. And this is a natural sweetener and a natural fat. So the body don't eat itself, it gets the food, the fats, the healthy fats from the avocado, the carrot. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So if you have kids and stuff who don't like to eat and you know, if they like pudding, they will like that. Okay? So, but then when it comes to hair, as I said, that's something that if you want to know more about hair, see, I don't have any hair, so I don't worry about hair. But I used to have hair, you know, but that's a whole other story. All right. Kale. We do a lot of juicing with kale. As I told you, when we work with cancer, at least when we do protocols and stuff with cancer, we try to do several juices a day. At least, even our juice program, we do at least 6 to 8 juices a day. Because our body is deprived of nutrients, okay? If you want to overcome any sicknesses, okay? Some people go to Miami, Mexico. You all ever heard about the Gerson Institute?
Yes.
So people pay like $3,000, $5,000, go to Mexico to do treatment. They have a good success rate. But it's basically what they do is juices. Okay? And you all could do this. As a church, we had this. But they don't even have it right because they mix vegetables, fruits with. You all understand that, okay? But for medicine, maybe you get away with it. And that's why they've been having such a good success rate over there. But we try to show that you can really juice like carrots, especially for other kind of cancers like brain cancer, lung cancer. We try to keep away a lot of carrots from people who have breast cancer, especially if it's estrogen-driven cancers. Try to keep away from a lot of carrots. But anyway, we do a lot of juicing for kale. We do, well, there's a carrot again, so I don't want to go through carrots, okay? So, the skin of the cherries relieve pain just as well as ibuprofen. We make a natural pain formula that has Jamaica dogwood. Who's from Jamaica? Jamaica dogwood. So, use that is pain, severe pain that we make the formula for cancer patients. When it comes to people who have, they would prescribe like hydrocodone and morphine and stuff, and those drugs are addictive. So we make a natural pain formula that to help to, and it's just as good or even better than the morphine. Okay, that's another time I'll talk more into that. So these are some of the juices for the condition. Okay, but let me give you an idea. This is juicing for health. Okay, chronic conditions. Sometimes juices are not so sweet, not so flavorful. Okay. Okay, but if you're juicing for health, the food almost tastes like medicine. Okay, so if you hate medicine, you wouldn't like some of the juices. Okay, especially when we do the juice program, we juice for medicine, for health. Some people have high blood pressure. My wife showed like even this one, like we're trying to do like certain juices with combination of green beans for people who have diabetes. We use this can take your blood sugar down 30 points in combination with bitter melon. Okay, your insulin level way down. We have people your blood sugar, your blood sugar level way down. Okay, so just by itself, this tastes sweet by itself, but in combination with say bitter melon, not so sweet. Okay. So we show somebody, for instance, who are diabetic. Okay, I came to Miami last couple of weeks ago, and I've been trying to juice. I got a lot of juice from the restaurant, and that juice has health benefits, but it's also it's for taste, and it's very good. But for people who don't know, I always tell people, like, people who don't know about health, to win the world, you have to bring them in with something like that first. Bring them in with something that is still palatable, that they could be able to consume it, they want more of it, and then they will want to know more. And then they can give them even stronger stuff. Okay? They have a lot of drinks down there for high blood pressure, for circulatory problems, for vitamin problems. You need to look into the juices. Okay? We do juices for diabetic people who want blood pressure medicine. Okay, we have juices on our juice program. We have juices to clear heavy metal. We make juices to pass parasites. A lot of people who have parasites, we make special juices for them, because sometimes one of the conditions people have is a shaking disease. Parkinson. You know, Parkinson. A lot of times people who have Parkinson, the root cause sometimes be a parasite, a worm. Okay? All right? Yes. You know, long time when you all were younger, your parents, and the only reason I'm staying back here, I see that I'm getting an echo there, I'm hearing myself when that mic up there. When we were younger, your parents always used to give some kind of a dewormer before you go back to school. They probably used to give you something like Senna, yeah. You know? But Senna is very addictive. Your body depends on it if you use too much of it. So we use stuff like Sagrada, Mandrake. Okay? Those things are good alternative or good combinations in the detox formula. You get to have some of those in it. So we have juices for, as we see, for flu, the flu shots. We have just juices for different things. So, wheatgrass again is very important. Wheatgrass, alfalfa. We do a wheatgrass shot. So you juice it and drink 1 ounce of it.
What's that?
Wheatgrass.
Oh.
Yeah. It's a good for the good chlorophyll, good for the body. A lot of nutrients, a lot of vitamins. All right. We also do dandelion. Again, dandelion. You see, a lot of the stuff that you all see outside most times is categorized as weeds.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
When you really look into some of the medication that you're taking, is the weed that you've been killing. They growing it, encapsulating it, and sell it back to you. Okay? So that's why I tell you we had to read. And that's why I'm going to cover some of this thing in the next part of this PowerPoint. Anyway, so as I told you, we do juices for high blood pressure. People who have any kind of skin problem, we make juices in our juice program that help to detox the liver. Because most skin problem is a liver problem. Okay? So, a lot of people who have been having high blood pressure, the highest we've seen, or I can't say the highest we've seen, one of the highest we've seen, 180 something over 101, for instance, high blood pressure. Most time people having that kind of high blood pressure, especially when the diastolic number is that high, is because they have some kind of blockage, forming clots. Okay, so you need something to declot the body. So you make juices again to help to declot the body, because the blood is running sluggish. Okay, and sometimes you do have a clot that you will feel in the leg, and they will tell you the clot is coming up. If a clot is blocking your leg, your veins in your legs are so large that if that was to come up, it will definitely give you a heart attack or a stroke. Okay? So you need to decoct that. Now, what a juice, and a lot of simple things like ginger, cayenne, and pepper. These things in combination with other stuff, could really help you to have your blood running more smoother. And one of the things people don't understand when you have high blood pressure is that it's as simple as drinking water, because your blood is too concentrated of solids. So you just need to thin the blood. You know, like when you make sweet water, a lot of sugar in the water and it comes too thick. When you add more water to it, it becomes liquid again, right?
Yeah.
That's why your blood is too thick sometimes. Okay? Sometimes when you do your blood work, if it's not because of a high cholesterol, and you're wondering why your blood pressure is so high, look into water. Look into, as my wife told you this morning, look into unforgiveness. Don't just look for the herb hawthorn berry. Don't just look for certain berries or herbs just for the heart. We're not trying to find out what's the cause or why you're getting high blood pressure. Okay? But these are just some simple things I'm telling you, but we always like to ascertain the cause, because the solution is in the cause. Right? So the cause, like this lady this morning told me, like for instance, if you have a high blood pressure because of stress in your home, you're working too long hours, and you get high blood pressure. You think when you go to the doctor, they will tell you, hey, just put your trust in God, drink some water. They wouldn't tell you that, but they will quickly give you a medicine. But you know what gets you stressed. So if you come home and you just stop worrying about the problem that gets you high blood pressure, your pressure gonna go down. Diet, exercise. Is that simple?
Yeah.
But why would they want to quickly go through pills?
Because it's money.
Because it's money. So we have to understand, if we know what caused the problem, we just remove the cause, then have no problem. Alright? Anyway, this is a juice that we use. But there are many juices out there. But this is the one we use. So this is just making the juice for green beans. Just juicing the green beans. That's all. That's all. 1 cup of green beans. Drink it. You don't have to take insulin anymore. And most time people who are type 2 diabetes, in 2 weeks time you could be out of your metformin, unless you want. Yes, sir.
So you have to do it as a regimen.
Yeah, it's a regimen. Everything, you don't get sick overnight. It's not something that you're going to take one time and not continue. You have to do it every day until your blood sugar becomes normal, and then you watch what you're eating or what you're drinking, increase your activities, those kind of stuff to keep your blood pressure, your blood sugar, it's normal. You understand me? So it's a protocol you follow. Just like how you wake up every morning and you say you brush your teeth, that's something you have to do daily. Okay? Because it's either or. Either you take the medication and be on it for the rest of your life, or you do things that are natural first to, I can't say cure because that's copyrighted, I have to say reverse the problem. Once you stop eating the way you're eating, stop doing the stuff that is getting you the high blood sugar, add exercise, add diet, and take certain simple things like this. Okay?
Yeah, I'm curious. I hear you talking. I love to take information. I like to take information down because it helps me a lot. And I have a patient that has Parkinson's disease. Loves coffee first thing in the morning. Scares the brains out of me. And I keep telling her no, she don't drink it. She wants a coffee. You can't, she's been doing it for so many years, you can't take it from her. But what I'm saying, you mentioned something about what you could use. What was it again you mentioned earlier? For Parkinson's? He says she doesn't eat vegetables, that's it. She doesn't like any vegetables. That's not good. What do you suggest? Because, that's all, what's the other thing you could do?
She don't like vegetables.
No, she won't eat it.
She won't eat it, she'll eat
some fruits, 2 or 3 pieces, that's it. And she's all like this. Stiff.
Yes, because she has a lot of, she body's acid.
Yeah, she's stiff.
Yeah.
So give me some ideas what I should do.
Well, and she don't like eating the vegetables. She wouldn't drink the vegetables.
Well, I haven't tried that one yet, but it's it's a iffy situation because when you're used to certain habits and traits, it's difficult to break a person from something they've been doing for 50 years.
Mm-hmm.
It's we are how you say what's normal what to say today. We are our own enemies. We are our own enemy, and when you have been obsessed with doing something one way, it's very hard to change that. You know what I mean? So at 90 years old, you're gonna tell them you can't drink coffee. You can't. Come on. They're
Yes.
not gonna listen to you.
You know, that's why we make these substitutes. It's like Seven-Eleven, we have a substitute coffee.
Rhubarb.
Yeah, or we have this, you know what I mean? Like, for instance, the foods, like for instance, you had to bring them, you might be able to get it all the way to vegetables for say, to maybe the medicine as the vegetables, but you gotta to like make, like I'm just gonna, another example just came to my mind. You just take them down the road to North Miami and then they get some drinks off the menu. It's sweet, it has the vegetable delicious on it. This is why I tell people, right now the ideal is organic, right? But some people can't afford organic.
I was gonna say that.
The world out there, they're not eating it. They're not eating any vegetables at all. So if you could give them, even though it's GMO, it's better than nothing at all. It's not the ideal, but the body will respond significantly with the GMO stuff because there wasn't any nutrients at all. So I would tell people, take the GMO, make the juice of the GMO. Do you understand my reason?
Yeah.
So now I'm saying, like, for the juices, for I'm saying, like, if you was to buy a juice, you go to a place where like a juice bar, the restaurant, whatever. Even though it's for taste, it has medicinal benefits in the juice itself. So she would like it, she would get, but she's consuming her vegetables because it's sweet, it mixing with apples. You understand me? So I was going that way first. Try to give her something that's gonna make her taste but like, that tastes good, and she'll want more. And that way you're gonna win her towards it eventually.
Alright.
You know what I mean? Or even also, you know, when they think about vegetables, sometimes it's not by it's maybe how it's prepared. Like today, I eat that salad there today. That sauce on that salad,
Delicious.
delicious. That would make you eat salad all day.
Oh,
If you understand me. So maybe if you give them, the lady, some of that stuff with on it, she might actually eat it. That's good.
Good point.
I was just gonna share for the sister that has you're working for her.
Yeah, I work with them.
So of course, first you want to ascertain the cause. Why is it that she got Parkinson's in the first place?
But these guys too, she don't talk much, she can hardly talk.
Okay, so it could have just been that over all of these years, she's not had the best lifestyle. If she's overeating, if she's eating a high diet of protein, animal foods, if she's not eating a balanced diet that has all of her nutrients, her vitamins, her vitamin C, all of those things, they can all contribute to Parkinson's.
Well, she's been around for a while, not 2 years old. But what I've realized, I haven't had it that long, maybe 1 month or so. But it's the family, it's tradition, the way they were raised. And it's difficult to change people when they've been doing it for so many years. You know, like the coffee. I mean, every morning she has to have that coffee. It's something that's been in them, and the son said, at her age, give her whatever she wants.
Right.
So.
And it really just boils down to
Choice.
people, there you go, that will,
She loves sugar.
you know, and sugar actually leaches minerals from the body.
Yeah.
So, you know, all of those things you have to take into context. There's different herbs that you can do, like skullcap, henbane, all of those different things. But if she's not willing to remove those wrongful conditions, and ascertain the problem, then it really defeats the whole
Well,
purpose.
you know, they love the drugs, and I mean, the first thing in the morning, where's my pills? You know what I mean? This is the problem. We have become so a society of drugs that we can't even see the danger when it's doing to our bodies. You know, so it's at that stage in life, it's very difficult. Now, we now, at our age, we at our age now, we are getting this information to help us so that we don't reach that point. So I think it's important for us to learn these things so that we don't get that problem ourselves, you know.
All right. So, this is one of the tools that we carry around. This is another one of the tools we carry around. Okay, because we try to help the people where they're at. So we do the juicing again. Either we tell people if you don't have a juicer, use a blender. Do the same thing. Back home, you used to do that all the time. You used to blend up stuff like grated coconut and use a cheesecloth to strain it. Okay? Remember those times? So you always use cheesecloth. So blending is just the same way. Okay? What I mixed into again, and the lady did mention it, that she had people at Alzheimer's, is because a lot of us are cooking in aluminum utensils. Okay? A lot of us cook in aluminum utensils. And the next new thing on the market right now is this copper utensils. You all know what I'm talking about? They are copper. Copper is a soft metal as well as aluminum. Yeah. So it's contributing to the metal toxicity in the blood that is going to the brain. Okay? So we always try to tell people you look for stainless steel or or titanium. Okay? These things we had to look for and try to invest in and try to get it in our homes. Okay? What about clay pots? Clay is the best, right? Clay is the best. But you know, I don't think clay pot will work on those stones we have up here, right?
Now they have, I mean, a lot of companies make them like in such a way that it doesn't matter whether you put it on the stove or not. You know, because they have
perfection it, in a way that you can use it on anything. To me, I think that's the best we can use. Because back in the old days, the Indians, that's what they used to cook or to do anything. Even water, that's a good way to store water.
Jesus did it in Jesus' time, clay pots. I don't know. She's asking where you can get clay pots now.
Go to the camping stores. You know where they sell camping gears. That's where you'll find them.
Yeah, camping gears.
People take them to camping. Well, go online, look. You'll find them. Plenty of them.
So this is like a blood building formula. We all know the simple blood building formula, right? You all know that, right? We are medical missionaries. The simple one we know about is what? Using molasses, black strap molasses, using chlorophyll, using prune juice and grape juice and mixing it together and drinking it. You all know that one, right?
no.
This was a church of medical missionaries.
We got that information here before.
Right, yeah, you got that here. That's the one you got. Okay, that's for people like for women who are losing iron, heavy menstrual cycle, people who's susceptible to blood transfusion to build their blood. They have some kind of GI bleed or something.
Could you name those ingredients again?
Yes, black short molasses, prune, chlorophyll, and grape juice. Yeah, grape juice. The other long time one that you all remember, and I'm sure you all remember this, is that they tell you back home you also do with an egg, take the white of the egg. That was long time stuff, right? You know we ain't doing the egg thing anymore, right? So you know the egg, all the eggs out there are non-fertile eggs.
Non-fertile.
But you shouldn't be eating anyway. So
Every time you eat an egg, you eat a chicken.
that's right. So that was a long time thing. As I say, health progress and change. So we're not supposed to go that route anymore. All right? But I'm talking like to build your blood. Let's do it again. So this evening we're gonna cover who then will be saved. Who then will be saved?
The one with faith as a mustard seed.
So, it's still on the health message, okay? But you all remember this. It says in Jude 1:9, said, yet Michael the archangel, when contending with the devil, he disputed about the body of Moses, does not bring against him a railing accusation, but said, the Lord rebuked him. Who then will be saved? You see, the devil right now is looking for something to get us whole, to hold us, to try to claim us as his own. Okay? And he's working in subtle ways, very subtle ways. And I'm going to skip through some stuff, but this is a sermon on its own, but I'm just going to go to certain points only. All right? In subtle ways, the devil is working. I'll start to show you some of them. The tissue of swine swarm with parasites. Of the swine, God said it is unclean unto you. You shall not eat of their flesh, nor touch their dead carcasses. This command was given because swine flesh is unfit for food. Swine are scavengers, and this is the only use they were intended to serve. Never under any circumstances was their flesh to be eaten by human beings. Alright? So in the past, we eat a good swine. I mean, in the past, I don't know if they all were all vegetarian then. I mean, but in the past, God forgive. When we came into this message, we asked for forgiveness. God wiped us away. It will no longer counted unto us. Alright? What is it?
What is a good swine?
No.
I was born a Sunday. Yes, my Christian.
The plant-based swine, not the one now. The plant-based swine on the swine.
Amen. Yeah, what? I'm glad that you all never had that experience. You know, I don't know if you all know about like chicken, what do they call it?
Chicken.
What the intestines of the cow is that? Chicken. You all know about that, right? You all know about chicken feet?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Brother Stewart, we may not actually eat the pig, but there are many byproducts of the pig that we ate.
All right.
Because people are not realizing that if you don't read the label,
That's right.
in your bread, in your baked product, there are a lot of, and in your makeup, in the things that you put, there are pig products. So we
That's
may
right.
not actually eat a pig, but
So, you remember the text what I've said? Because, sister, that's exactly what I'm going down on this one here. Because, you remember, God said not to touch it, but to eat it, okay? It's a command. It's unclean. And you were unclean until evening, okay? You were unclean until evening. And we know there's a lot of stuff that God said that was unclean, that we wasn't supposed to consume them or touch them. We know about the fish, okay? We know about the animals. We also know about the plants, right? Right? So you know some of the plants that we're not supposed to eat? The scavenger of the plant system?
Yeah, I was just gonna say that, my sister was saying over there, I just moved down from Tennessee, just came down from Tennessee. Waiting on the mic.
Not sure.
And I know many of my, not condemning, because before I knew, I didn't know. But I ran out of bread and I didn't have anything to bake bread. And I went to Publix. Publix is a really good store. And I read every bread that I could find, and I couldn't find any without monoglyceride or triglyceride. I came out with no bread.
Amen. So God said, there's certain things that were unclean to all the systems. There's the plant system, the animal system, even the fish. Even the birds, there are certain things that he said that were unclean for us to consume. So I ask you all if you all know that some of the animals, some of the birds, some of the fish, or do you all know the plant system?
No.
No, give us some of those.
No plant.
So mushrooms,
Okay.
because mushroom is a fungus, is a scavenger, right? So we know that. Huh? Rotten on dead thing. Anything that feeds upon dead animals or anything that we are not supposed to consume or eat it. Okay? Alright?
So mushroom is a scavenger, is that?
Yes, ma'am.
I never knew that.
It's a fungus.
Even the shakita mushroom, shakita.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can.
Yes, ma'am. There's a mushroom that is selling in the store that is packaged up real nice and look white here. That's the same thing that we're not supposed to eat.
So no mushroom.
No mushroom.
No mushroom.
You mind leading me to some Bible verses?
Huh? Well, I'll give you the Bible verses. Let me give you the scientific for it. Scientific. Let's do biology first. Let's do biology. When you was in school, biology 101 is that we need to avoid bacteria, virus, and fungi. Right? We're not supposed to consume them, right? Right?
Right.
Because anything that we consume, the body create a reaction to try to defend the body. The white blood cells come from doing whatever other battles is coming to take care of the stuff that is invading the body, right? So, we willingly eat mushrooms, and that same kind of reaction takes place in the stomach. The body is trying to confine that foreign organism from destroying the other parts of our body. So they come in and they encapsulate it to try to save the rest of the body. So even though it tastes sweet or good, whatever it tastes, it's a foreign organism. It's a pathogen. Okay? On the biblical way, and I brought it out already, is that the plant system, just as well as the animal system and the fish system, have scavengers that eat dead or grow on dead thing, corpses or whatever it is. So we know we don't eat catfish, blah blah blah, because we don't eat crayfish or shrimp because they eat the dead, you know what I mean? And the same thing with animals, we don't eat the animals that consume other animals like cabo, the bird system, and then the animals. We all know that, right? I'm not It's the same way in the plant system. The same way because mushroom don't have a root system. It grows off of dead and decay. Alright? So it feeds off of dead and decay. Yes, ma'am.
So what, because it's good for vitamin D, what would you have to do for that?
Sunlight.
Besides sun.
Yes, ma'am. You want to answer? Okay, go ahead.
Isn't it a fungus too?
Tofu is made from soil.
Is it a fungus?
No.
Soil is a fungus?
That's all we right?
I don't know about that. But you may be right, I don't know about it. Well, no, listen to me. Soy is, I wouldn't say it's no good. If you eat too much of soy, it's no good. Too much of a good thing is bad. Okay? And soy, as we know, is GMO as well, yes. But soy,
Some of them say organic.
you're probably on organic soy too as well. Hmm? So what I'm saying is for women, it increases estrogen. So you don't want to eat a lot of soy, especially if you eat soy in the morning, soy in the evening, soy in the night, drink soy milk. All those stuff is just hurting the body. Alright? You switched up with a little almond milk and a little other stuff. Your nut meats and those kind of stuff. Alright?
What about pizza?
What about pizza?
Yeast.
Well, you all know about nutritional yeast, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's inside the toxin. You all know about nutritional yeast, right? God is trying to communicate with our mind. Just as how vinegar is not good. You all know about vinegar and inside the toxin, right?
The Bragg's vinegar is good, right? The Bragg's vinegar? No?
What do you mean the Bragg's vinegar is good?
That's what I thought. That was the only one you could use. If you use any vinegar or the Bragg's
You know,
That's what I thought.
and you might have quotes tell you about vinegar. I can't even show you quotes because I'm not even controlling it here. Anyway, I'm sorry about it. It's a whole different PowerPoint. Anyway, no, vinegar is in any form. Okay, we're not supposed to consume vinegar. Actually, let's look at it in a biblical way. Let's look at it first. Let's do biology first. Biology. How do you make alcohol?
Sour grapes.
So you ferment something to alcohol. How do you make vinegar? You ferment alcohol to vinegar. So if alcohol is not good, then vinegar should be 10 times that good, right?
So the apple cider, even the apple cider.
That's what I'm saying.
Any kind of vinegar. Anything that is, what, if you have some grapes in the fridge and it gone rancid, do you eat it then? No. I mean, it's grapes. It's good grapes.
No, it's rancid. No, of course not.
But it's rancid. Anything that is rancid, the rancid apple, the rancid, anything to make the vinegar. Am I saying something wrong?
Oh, sir. That's in the
Yes, my brother, tell me.
But what I'm saying, but you know what, I'm curious. You know, the thing is, I was told that it's not bad.
You know,
That's what I'm saying.
and it's fermented, right? Alright, let me go another way. Let me give you another way. I'll put it on a biblical way now.
Yes.
Jesus Christ was on the cross.
Amen, my Lord.
Okay, they give vinegar. That's right. And it's spit out.
And the devil wanted to win.
Yeah.
The devil wanted to win. You know that's what the devil was wanting to do, right? He wanted to win. So he wanted to give him something that will block his communion with God, to fog his mind, to numb his senses.
But he asked for water.
But he turned away. And he was so close. But we always, look at us, we're almost close to the finish line, but we want to go and get drunk.
You know, I think that, I think that seriously, we can laugh at these things, but I don't think any of this is a joke.
Ah, that's what I'm not laughing.
Okay, because no, seriously, some of us do not know, sincerely do not know. And that's why God says, He winks at our ignorance. Now, if you do not know something, and you sincerely don't know, He who creates your mind will show you. But you know, laughing at something is not funny. Lack of knowledge is where we perish because we're ignorant.
All right.
And we're not always going to be ignorant. And that's why it's important to learn. Now, if we don't know, teach. That's why we're here. Now,
So-
I want to ask you, hold on.
Yes, sir.
I have a question, ma'am, not sir.
Yes, ma'am.
What about, my daughter has Crohn's disease. Well, you have to get what you want. And I want to know, give me some information about Crohn's disease while you're writing, please.
Yes, I will. All right. Next question. Go ahead. Yes, ma'am. You're gonna get something about Crohn's. Yes, ma'am.
Based on the slide you have on the screen, and a comment that was made earlier about what they say is good. Porcine insulin or pig insulin is a polypeptide hormone produced in vivo from the pancreatic cells of pigs. Porcine insulin differs from human insulin only by 3 amino acids, and because of that they think or they consider it clinically effective in humans. How many of us stop to check what kind of insulin we are getting? We can't go by what they say. We have to retrain ourselves into doing what God says. Not what they say. They'll give you insulin and they won't tell you coming from pigs.
That's true.
So this is why this whole PowerPoint is about this exact same thing. Okay? And I thank you, brother, for bringing it up because I'm going to let you all know. The topic of this is, what's the topic of this? No, but the topic of this is,
Then who shall be saved?
then who shall be saved? Jude 1:9, the devil is trying to make a riding accusation against us. And so the devil have to hide the things that God says that is abominable. He got to put it in ways that we will use it not knowing, so that when we do die, the devil will try to say, these are my children. You all understand what I'm trying to bring out?
That's what I should know.
All right? That's what I'm bringing out, okay?
Thank you.
So even though ma'am, I'm sorry, I want to apologize. Even though I have a laugh on my face, it's some serious stuff we're going to be covering here, right? So I do like the questions you all do have, and I'm going to try as much as possible be a little more serious. No, all right. But my point is, I hope you all understand. She made a great point, and we can't belittle it, okay? For lack of knowledge, my people perish. And we as a people who have, God gave us the box of knowledge. We have the knowledge in a box, but that's what it is, in a box.
Willingly ignorance.
Willingly ignorant. And when the world come up, when the world come and correct us, we just feel offended. Because you should already know that. So don't mind that I'm talking or laughing. Let your heart be troubled. Don't let your heart be troubled. Okay, don't let your heart be troubled. So let's go here now. Question.
Yeah, my question was from before the yeast break. How do you make cheese without yeast breaks? Because I would like to know, because I make my own cheese.
You make cheese easy.
Without
I'm not the chef. My wife is.
Okay, I'll ask.
All right, when she come back, we're sure to make cheese. Okay? And actually, I show he can probably make cheese. Don't look at that guy right here. Look at that guy over there, and let him have a cooking class and teach you how to make everything. Watch him. Put him on the spot. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
Okay, my question is, I have not dewormed my body since I was a child, so I think it's time for me to do it. What's the best thing you can suggest for me to use?
To deworm your body?
Yes.
Let me give you an idea. There's many stuff to deworm your body. But let me give you a simple one.
Best thing.
A simple one. Actually, a most effective one.
Yes.
Jackfruit. Seeds and everything. You blend it up into a juice with milk, almond milk. Okay?
How many times should I drink it for it to be effective?
You have to go first on a, let's say, intermittent fasting. You go, and you see, because you want it to not, you want to go like, be on a fast, pray and fast. Remember we said pray and fast?
Right.
Pray and fast. And then the last you drink that, the worms would come, parasites, worms, everything goes to it, and you could get the pass out. Okay, it's very, they love actually they hate jackfruit. Yeah.
So the green one, the ripe one, put the skin in there.
No, not the skin. You only eat the yellow, the inside. Yeah, no, it's not sour sap. You know, sour sap in the skin. No. Jackfruit is the big thing. Right. Right. Well, let me get back. I'll tangible off here, okay? Alright. So, you notice everything here, I don't know if you all seen it good, but everything here is made from the pig. Alright? Everything. Alright? That's a violin.
It's the bow and the string.
That's right. Alright? But I want to get you all some more because I want you all to see something because apparently the brother bring out something here. Let me see you all see something right here. So this insulin, let's go back from here. Right here. This insulin for the regulation of diabetes valves, for human heart surgery, pseudo suede for shoes and clothing and gelatin for foods and non-food use. That's what they use the pork for, okay? Let me go some more here. Let me see something here. So, swine byproducts are also important parts of products such as water filters, insulation, rubber, antifreeze, certain plastics, food waxes, crayons, chalk, adhesive, lard and fat from pig abdomens, and is used in shaving cream, soaps, makeup, baking goods, other foods. Okay, let me give you all something here. Image result for pig pancreas and insulin. As the name suggests, animal insulin is taken from the pancreas of animals, usually pig and cows, bovine or beef insulin. So there's two kinds. You have to know which kind you want to. The kosher kind is the one that we give to the Jews, the Jewish people. There's a kosher kind that's made from beef, but generally all the ones at Walmart is made from pig. Okay, the insulin. The nighttime, the Lantus or the Novolin, all that is from the insulin from the pigs. Okay? I want to skip down some more. I'm trying to go through this as quickly as I can. Alright.
There's a question over here.
Yeah, go ahead.
What is
Can you go back to the next one?
Let's go ahead. I'm here.
You mentioned something about nutritional yeast. What is wrong with nutritional yeast?
Because I said it was an excitotoxin. Excitotoxin. You see, these days, you realize that a lot of the kids and them is on medication. They classify them as ADD, ADHD, and all those kind of stuff. Okay? Listen to me. You all have to guard the mind. You need to guard the mind. And I could go more into it, but there's some certain things that is in the nutritional yeast that it counteract the synapses of the brain. Okay? So, but I'll go into more into that when I go into this. I have a PowerPoint on that as well. Not now, but you know.
I heard that it was high in B12.
Yeah, let me show something. You know, fish is very high in omega-3. Fish is very high in cholesterol, but I wouldn't tell you it's high in cholesterol. For pound, Fish has more cholesterol than anything. So when you see people having high blood pressure or having high cholesterol, it's the fish. Okay? But you see the good thing in fish because we like the fish oil. Okay? But there's some good, but there's bad. You have to take. God will give you something that is good and bad at the same time. The world does it that way. But let me give you a point as I go forward on this. I will skip through some certain things because you all know about pigs already. Yes, sir.
If the fat is coming from an animal, shouldn't it be classified as a fat and not an oil? So shouldn't it be fish fat? If that be the case, because oils usually come from plants.
Yes.
Oils from plants, fats from animals. And the Lord said we should eat no fat. So we shouldn't be eating fish oil fat. Should it no, you know?
I understand what you're saying.
Shouldn't it be really named fish fat rather than fish oil?
Think about it.
Think about it.
Where do you get, what's the best source of B12 you can suggest to me?
The first thing in the morning as you wake up, that first spit up in your throat, just swallow it back, it's just a bit well, that's what you do.
Yeah.
That's not what.
And mucus in your throat, swallow it. Yes.
If your intestine is not good and you swallow that back, then.
Right. So you gotta have a clean intestine.
Okay.
But a lot of the fruits and vegetables have enough B12 as well. Okay? Raw vegetables. Okay?
So no nutritional yeast.
No, listen to me. I'm not telling you. You see, when we talk about people's food, you're gonna have a problem. Okay? I didn't
No,
say
I need to know.
No. What we do, as for me and my household, I don't come to your church to tell you what not to do. I just bring a message about information. The choice is yours. The Holy Spirit will convict each and every one of us because individually, we're not going to stand as a church. We're going to stand as a person. All right? Do what's best for you and your family. Go ahead.
I was told that you, for the B12, what you have to do before you brush your teeth is just drink your lemon and water in the morning.
Yeah, just take it, swallow the first, instead of spilling out, swallow it. Yeah. Anyway, so some of the stuff that has, most of the soaps in Walmart, especially if it's like $1 for 2 bars. Okay? Who uses this one? Long time. Good.
I know the best one to do.
Deuteronomy 8. And the swine, because they divided the hoof, yet should not the cud, is unclean unto you. You shall not eat their flesh, nor touch their dead carcasses. So who like that bread, cold bread? Or you know about a brown bread? Let's skip that. Okay, you know about a brown bread. Let's go to one over here. Who like this? Who like Jiffy Mix? Who like cornbread mix? Alright. Who like this one?
Which one?
Who like Pillsbury?
I used to like that. I used to like that. The biscuits,
Who like Sierra Leone?
Oh yes, that's good. I didn't know.
So these things,
Oh sure.
the devil have a riling accusation, okay? But there's more. You know, even the plastic bags in Walmart.
Even the plastic bag?
Plastic bags.
Yeah.
To cause them to be able to separate, they put that.
The law.
Really?
That's a fact.
Lord have mercy.
Oil.
We're becoming very discouraged.
We don't eat that. We don't eat that. I'm just keeping the ones that we don't eat. Alright?
Do sugar.
Keep going. Yum. I used to love that too.
All right. What about
No, thank you.
all right? What about hand sanitizers?
Yeah, I heard about that, but I didn't know.
So you go to Dollar General and you buy 10 of those sanitizer. Well,
Yeah.
those sanitizer, that feeling you get is good feeling
Yeah.
of pig. Okay? You know, one of the second largest production of animal in America is chicken and then pigs. Turkey come down in. Well, turkey probably number one now because in Thanksgiving, Seventh Adventists, they don't eat meat all through the year, but they will definitely eat the turkey. But they say they don't eat meat. They only eat it with an onion once a year. Alright?
Can you show us, please?
What means?
There's only one toothpaste I use. What's that?
Tom's?
No, I don't.
Tom's is bought out by Colgate.
So which is the best toothpaste to use?
You can make your own. We have, when we do our medical missionary training, we show people to make toothpaste. Actually, we have some products. Anyway, that's all another story.
There's none out there that's...
Oh yeah, there's some. Yeah.
Women's head bags, belts, the brushes that we brush our hair at home.
Yes.
All that. They use the
bristle from the hair.
Bristle, the hair.
Yeah.
To make brushes with. Even the toothbrush that we use.
That's right.
All that. Clothing. Yeah. Those of you who know how to make dresses and shirts, it's time to open up your own business.
That's right.
I'm telling you. It's the truth. Because the industry is not using anything else anymore. They're using the fur of the pig to do many things, you know.
All right.
Especially home products.
That's right. So the devil is really trying to get God's people. You see, the devil might think he already got the world, but he's really coming after God's people. Okay? Because you are the one had to make up the 144,000. Okay? So we don't do those things. So I'm going to try to skip past all the ones we don't do. No? Sometimes.
So there isn't much left for us to use and to eat.
Who like oats?
I do.
Coca oats.
It's large.
Why would they put fish?
Is it just the instant one? Not the old one, the instant.
Old green or
The old-fashioned one too?
No.
You have to know.
We don't buy any Quaker. You have to look at the box, read the labels, okay? You have to start look at the labels. Alright?
It just says old. It just says old.
Not the instant one. The instant one is made with the instant ones are them in the pack or the box.
No, the old-fashioned one. Is the old-fashioned one okay?
Okay. You know, I want to tell you something, okay? The other day we always used to buy green beans in a can. And the only thing used to be in it was green beans and water. But now you go buy green beans in a can,
Salt.
there's a whole list of ingredients in it. So, I know I'm saying sometimes, okay? But I'm sure that sometimes if we're accustomed with one thing, they change it up so much when you have to go there and actually take the label and read it because it changed, okay? Alright? That's just my point. Yes, ma'am?
The oats, you're saying that we can use the oats?
We use oats to make
Porridge?
We make everything with oats right now. We make oats burger. We make.
What type of oats? Because oats have phytic acid. I did a course years ago.
Yeah.
You must parch your oats 2 hours.
Yeah, we covered that this morning. So I didn't want to address it again.
She was not here.
Oh, you was here. But anyway, so that's how we make it. My wife could have. Yeah. I don't want to cover that again. Alright? But you all understand what she's saying, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And that's what we want to start to do.
Can you please name me all the different types of toothpaste, please? There's one particular one that I was told over 30 years ago that doesn't have any form. Only one, and I don't, the name isn't coming to me right now. One toothpaste. That's the one I've been using for all those years.
You know, actually, amazingly,
I'm sorry?
we got a toothpaste, a charcoal toothpaste.
Yeah.
Do you remember the name?
Charcoal.
You talking about the one we have right now?
Dave's.
Dave's?
I told him that it's easy to make your own toothpaste. Your own deodorant, your own skin cream and stuff like that.
Let me need recipes for all that.
You need your own shampoo.
Everything is sold by City Chemist. See that stuff?
And I just keep it on to where we are accustomed.
What's the recipe on essential oil?
You all ever had a good, well, no, not you all. You all buy this one?
Yeah.
Well, so sweet.
Beef, pork,
Look into that, okay?
you can't touch that. Look.
Who still buy this? They throw away the package, but we keep the.
That's dangerous.
That's pure chemical.
What about Burger King?
Are you serious?
You want to get a vegetable that Burger King? Oh, they have an impossible burger right now.
Impossible kill you.
It must be impossible.
Impossible kill you too.
Yeah?
What?
2 months ago, 3 months ago.
What?
Burger King.
This one here? The Beyond Meat?
Oh yeah, I see that.
That's Miami Grill.
Mm.
Miami Grill is beyond meat.
What is that? Human
How you know this?
I know this. Try it out.
I see them as some more. It's beyond meat.
What about plantain peanuts? What about plantain peanuts?
Are you serious?
Alright, how about this one here?
Hey, what about the bread? Let me see this bread.
All of those are for you.
Huh? Tobacco tuition. They don't eat these things. Which one again? Lifesavers?
What about that? Can you handle that?
Huh?
Yeah, I always have that course.
All the food fast. We're finished. Forget
I'll go
it.
forward, baby.
Forget about it. You mean them with the raisin bread? The porridge farm.
What about going in the driving on the road, stop at a gas station, and you buy some orange juice?
What? That too? What is in there? Ruby red fruit drink? Oh, Coca-Cola products and all good. Well, we know like this. The conspiracy against Christians.
Among those who are waiting for the coming of the Lord, me, huh?
Can you go back?
Which one?
Go back again. Okay, so what is it? The Minute Maid, the red, you know, you hear the red ruby grapefruit?
Yeah.
The Minute Maid, and then Tropicana makes one too. They use red beetles. When you see El Carmine on the back, they actually use red beetles to give it the red color.
What?
Beetle juice? Bugs to give it the color.
But you know, there is really nothing left. There is nothing much left.
Yeah, there's this.
Let me speak. Go ahead.
There's this you can eat.
That too.
No, so then she actually said there's nothing else you can eat. I'm showing you you can eat this.
Yeah, that's GMO happening too.
Yeah, that's good.
Yes, I bought a watermelon the other day, and the watermelon was pure
As long as they're
water.
not
No seed.
Seeds.
No
So
seed.
I had to take it back. I bought a papaya, big and pretty.
No seed.
No, it was hard as brick, it was yellow as yellow could be. And it was tasteless, and it was a lady, come on, I'm bringing all the food back. I bought a piece of yam, and don't shut out, because I cooked it. It was no good. So I mean, nothing, let's be realistic here. Let's be realistic here. There is nothing left for us to eat. I'm being honest. Sure, man.
Yes, ma'am. No, I'm not trying to, listen to me. I'm not trying to tell you that there's nothing else you can eat. I'm just showing you,
Amen.
okay?
I understand.
It's a spiritual application, okay?
We're living in a sinful world, everything is done by sin.
Most of those foods are processed anyway.
Most of those foods are processed anyway, right? We shouldn't even be eating most of those foods. Because I taste a bread today.
That's a bread.
That was a bread, right?
There you go. This is a bread.
See what I'm saying?
Good bread right here.
So there's things we can still eat, right? So it's not, all hope is not gone.
Good bread.
Remember?
Yeah, but still, it's not that many people can make bread. Some of us
When
don't
you eat
make
the
bread.
fruit, you can when you eat the fruit without sugar, it also changes your DNA. So what we need to do, I eat watermelon in season between down in South Florida, between May to late August, sometimes early September, watermelon with seed.
Really?
After that, I eat no watermelon. Grapes with seed, anywhere from October to about March next year, you find grapes with seed. They're far between. You go to Bravo, sometimes Walmart. When it's done, I eat no grapes. So I find I eat fruits without season because they have seeds. I don't eat the fruits without seed. I don't want anything. My system already damaged. I don't want nothing to already to kill me any further than I am already dead.
Make a note, write it down.
Has anyone heard of the fecal matter that they're putting in Gatorade, Pepsi, for the taste, to enhance the taste?
Baby juice.
Little baby. Fetus. They're using that in.
This must be some form of Satan work.
Say that again. Say that again.
It must be some kind of behind the scenes, a secret Satan worship.
It has to be.
It is in your Nestle water, bottled water that you're drinking. The Nestle
It is.
It is.
Which one?
It has to be.
It's Satan worship.
All of this contamination.
Of course it is.
You know, when you're talking about using baby fetal matter, aborted fetus. That's like witchcraft stuff you see, a big witch with a cauldron and brewing and trying to pour.
Making us all
That's what they're doing. Don't make one.
We do it at Oakwood. I'm sorry, no apology. We do it at Oakwood.
Do what I don't quit.
Lots of abortions at Oakwood, so we know what they do with the baby parts at the Oakwood.
Baby juice.
Oh, we don't know what we do at Oakwood? Hey, we're just like the world.
We're not supposed to be like the world. Oh, good. What about Andrews? Them too?
Andrews is like Babylon.
What about the Adventist one out here? Hey, Adventist hospital is supposed to be superior.
Okay, let's move along.
That's scary.
You know, what I was saying is that I just want to tell you a little bit about my experience in the country. The prophet of the Lord wanted us to go to the country. Most of us cannot go at the same time. The Lord does not expect all of us to go at the same time, but the Lord expects us to make plans. Let me tell you something. We got potatoes this big out of the ground. I eat potatoes until I feel like dropping. I had food, sweet potatoes. And we had the other potatoes as well. And winter, we did a winter garden. And I've just gone to the country recently. And we never went to Walmart or anything like that for vegetables and small greens and microgreens. It was so, I never tasted lettuce taste so good in my whole life.
Amen.
And everything was planting. We were planting all these things and we're seeing these beautiful things coming out of the earth. Yep. Guys, make some kind of whatever you have to do, even to give up your job. Move to the country. Plant your own garden. It's exciting to see your own food coming out of the ground. You don't understand. It's like worship. It's not like you're worshiping the food. You're just like, it's just exciting. It's very exciting to see your own food coming out of the ground. And then you have to worry about Walmart and their poison.
Amen, sister.
Pesticides and yeah.
Wendy. Oh, wait, she was. Let us go.
Okay, no, I was just saying that I'm trying to look for, I wouldn't say herbs, but bushes that I can eat. And I went on YouTube and I saw some things that we chop down in our countries because we didn't know the names, like lamb quarters. Another one by the name of tongue peeling or something like that. And we thought they were bush. We thought they were just bush. And we chopped them down. And I went down and I started to, you get a Rasta gentleman, and then he went around with me and started showing me the different bush them I could eat. And I was actually eating bushes, what we call bushes, what a goat eat. For my lettuce and my greens in my country. Right in my yard, I just walk outside. I'm picking some lamb quarters.
Dandelion.
It's dandelion flowers and all the Spanish needles. You know, all of these things, I was just picking them live and having those as my salad.
Amen.
So God has already provided for us while we are using walking down our yard and killing out all the good food that God placed in it. We need to start researching and finding.
Amen. And that's one of the things that we do as well. We go around, we try to teach a herb walk, trying to let people know, because there's everywhere in your at your home, there is something that is there for either for health or for food. Either for medicine or for food. Yes, baby.
I was just going to share, going back to what my sister said earlier, and just the thought is there, God's people need to be in the country. Yeah, and the reason why we need to be in the country, yes, is to have that time to spend with God, but also so that we can have our hands in the dirt. Because you cannot know what you're eating unless you are actually growing it yourself. You know, so we really need to consider that and use whatever plot that you have at the moment while you're trying to make that transition. Simply because when that time of trouble comes, it's not that the stores will they won't have food. They will have food. But if it is that we're surrendering to God, we will not be able to get them. Not because we won't be able to get them because they won't be available, because they will be in plenty, they will be available. But we're saying, Lord, we're surrendering ourselves to you. So we really do need to learn now to get back to a very simple diet. Because when you're out in the wilderness, yes, the Lord will provide, but you won't have a garden as if we have it here. So going back to what the sister was sharing, we need to be getting back to learning those herbs, learning the native plants, those medicinal things, so that we can get the nutrients that God wants for our bodies.
Amen. Amen. So, yes, brother.
I just want to share a website with the church where you can look up the clean and unclean products. Well, this is, of course, www.theisraelofgodrc.com. And when you go on there, you'll find the household products that you use to clean with, or soap to bathe with, toothpaste, everything else that you need. However, we need to learn how to understand the labels on the product, because you see the barcode, there's a trick in that also. So you need to understand that. So when you're buying things, although it may not have pork product in it or chemical in it, but there's something else that they are not revealing. But there's a number on the barcode that tells them, not you, certain product is there. It's the Israel of God, RC.com. RC. And also, I have a question. What is good for fibroids?
Good question.
Good question. Let's get an answer. Should be able to answer for you. We believe that women should work with women and men with men. So, work with women.
Okay. So I was just sharing with a sister earlier about this huge epidemic of all of these hormonal issues that women especially are dealing with. And it's not just women. A lot of it is African descent women are dealing with lots of fibroid issues, lots of breast cancer. So you want to first ascertain the cause. Usually the number one point is that there's a high animal fat diet. So if you're consuming anything that comes from an animal, whether it be the actual meat, whether it be dairy, eggs, any of those things have high amounts of estrogen. And when you consume foods that have high amounts of estrogen, because they're not only do they have just regular high amounts, because they're mammals, they're animals, you also have to put into context that they are pumping lots of hormones into these items. So when they pump them into the items for them to grow big, when they go to the grocery store, you're not seeing that on the label. All you're seeing is that they are an animal product and it may look good on the shelf and you put it in your basket and buy it and eat it, okay? So that's number one. The next thing that has contributed to the increase and the rise on women with fibroid issues or female issues is consuming anything in BPA plastic. Okay? A study was done, Dr. Chase, I think that was her name, Dr. Chase. She did a study and she was just trying to get an understanding of how breast cancer grew. So when she came into the lab every morning, she would have petri dishes, and in these petri dishes she would put sugar in them and see how it would grow them. Well, they would grow with just sugar alone. But one day she found a difference from any of the days prior to. She came in, and when she came in, the cancer cells were growing outside of the petri dish. So she thought originally that someone had sabotaged her work. She didn't understand, and so for many months she was trying to understand why it was that these cancer cells grew so fast. So she ended up calling the company where she got her petri dishes, and they changed the plastic. They changed the plastic, and the base of the plastic was bisphenol A, which is what we call BPA plastic, okay? Just that alone increased the amount of cancer in those petri dishes, okay? Because now it tricks the body into thinking that it has more estrogen. And that is what a lot of these illnesses are increased with, is large amounts of estrogen. So please, even though we may not think it's something large, if you have plastic, if you're consuming things in plastic, if you go to the store and you get those big crates of water and you're not even paying attention that they are in plastic, don't be surprised if you start having female issues that just came out of nowhere. Also, another thing, anything that's in plastic, that includes hair care products. I mean, even down to the smallest minute thing. We don't see these things on regular news. So we don't think that it's not gonna bother us. No. These things, as soon as we use them, if there is a chemical reaction that's taking place in that bottle, it's gonna take in those chemicals from the plastic and you're putting it on your scalp and it goes into your body and it causes havoc. It wreaks havoc on the body. So all of these type of things contribute to imbalance of your hormones. It's contributing to breast cancer. It's also contributing to prostate cancer in men. So, we really need to think about, yes, we're fearfully and wonderfully made. And if you can, go back to natural. Go back to natural with everything you touch. Because if you touch it, it's gonna come in your skin. And you might say, oh, that's just you going too particular. No, everything you touch goes in your bloodstream. So that means even when you go outside, ladies, especially, if you are not evenly clad out there, all those chemicals that are raining down is gonna go through your bloodstream. So that is contributing to the hormonal issues that we're having. So when you go outside, the only thing that should not be, and that's why we have counsel. That's why we were counseled to be evenly clad, especially as women, because we are weaker. Okay? Our skin is much softer than men. That's why we're counseled to do that, simply because everything that touches us is going to go into the bloodstream and it's going to affect us in one way or another. So we have a huge epidemic, but we don't know how to fix it, and the doctors don't know themselves. But we have the message. God has given us this message over 100 years ago. Now we have to do what God's asked us to do and humbly submit ourselves to Him, and those things will be reversed. Then there's after we've ascertained the cause, we remove those harmful habits. Now we can bring in those herbs like black cohosh, like damiana, like red raspberry leaf. Like, there's so many different things that you can do, but you want to make sure that all of the things that you can take out of your diet, out of your life, that you do those things first, because they do matter a lot. Okay?
Okay. We do have some formulas in the car, but we're trying to keep it. But I don't know, you're all finished at 6. So I know there's some questions. There's more to go on this thing, but we can answer some questions, because I know we had to finish up here at 6. So please, if you want questions, or I could continue, whatever you want. But let me show you, I hope this is just a small introduction, okay? The devil is really trying to get us. So I know a lot of the stuff we show here is not, we don't consume it. Okay? And that's good. We gotta look for the stuff that, the ones that we do consume, we gotta look for healthy and better alternatives. Okay? Please, this is just for information right now. Okay? Because some of this stuff might look funny. It might sound funny, but it's real. Okay? Like even this one on the screen here, that they make beaver anal. The buns, the quarter pounder is made, contains anal glands of beaver. Beaver butt juice. You understand? Let me give you an idea. Let me show you how deep this is. You know, most of the perfumes that women put on their skin, or men put on their skin, colognes and stuff. Just imagine this. There's people that pay millions of dollars, or I'd say millions of dollars, but they pay good money to come up with new research, right? So these people, let's say, I don't know, some of you all probably never know this, but you know what skunk? Skunk, right? If a skunk spray on you, the scent stays like 24 hours, 48 hours, it stays on you, okay? So imagine that somebody, say in in Macy's, the manager of Macy's, let's make a perfume that stays for a long period of time. And so we could use the pee from a skunk because it's easy, the smell could go away, but the stainness will stay, you understand me? And they come up with these perfumes and stuff that we put in our skin and we don't even know that it comes from skunk urine.
What?
Do you understand what I'm saying? But this is just, there's a whole lot of stuff that is just on the mind that is already out there, and there are more people are just sitting creating new stuff just to get us. It's to make a money. Okay? So I'm just trying to let you all be aware. We were counsel and we were ahead of the game. We could have made our own products. We could do our own thing. We're supposed to have in the Jewish economy, even right now, the Jewish economy, in the Bible time, the money used to circulate in Jerusalem. Right now too, in the Jewish economy, it still circulates before you even come outside. But we as Seventh-day Adventists, we lost the economy. We lost the economy. Right now, the only thing we see now is tithes and offering. What we ain't seeing is a bigger picture. Okay? Because if you really go into this, we can show that. Because this is what we were trained. We were trained that the tithes goes to the pastors. But there's more stuff, the tithes goes everywhere. To the teachers, to the pastor's wife, to the medical missionaries. It's all there in the Nigerian writing where the tithes was supposed to be used. But in the mainstream, they tell you it's only for the pastors. No.
True.
Okay? But I don't want to go there because if you follow the money, you will know what the evil is. So I want to talk about that right now. But I'm just trying to give you all some information here. Okay? We stay on health. We are going to politics. Alright. Anyway. Alright. Stearic acid. We know that comes from the pork, right? Alright? So I'm just trying to give you words that you could go when you go to Walmart tonight, when you go shopping, when you look for certain words, because the word, they don't say pork on it. No. Sometimes they say gelatin. Yeah. Sometimes they say stearic acid. It's all kind of word. All kind of word. But it's pork. Okay? There's certain things that are sprayed even on some of the fruits and all. Even on the fruits.
So you want vinegar and peroxide to wash the fruits?
Well, that's why I used it. That was the only type of good use of vinegar right there. To wash the fruits. That's all.
Fabric softener too.
Huh?
Vinegar is a good fabric softener because fabric softener.
That's right. That's the next good use of vinegar too. Okay. Alright. So, but yeah, look for the words. And if you can't pronounce it, just Google it. And you will see some of the stuff that is hidden. It's hidden. Okay? The devil is really trying. He's really trying. So even though you might have the present truth here and you might be on your way to glory land, but if you have some of these things in your body, you have to stay outside the door. Okay? Don't understand what I'm saying? So even though you are on fire, yes sir, go ahead.
You had a slide earlier that mentioned King's Hawaiian, the bread rolls. It was way back, probably like 10, 15 slides back.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
King's Hawaiian, and I went to go pick some up. I wanted to get some bread, and I went to go look at it, and when I flipped it over, it had this word that was familiar to me. I can't remember it right now, but when I looked it up, and just like he said, Google the word, I ended up Googling it, and it was wood pulp. Mm-hmm. So the shavings of wood. So then I looked at the purpose of using that, and it's to extend the shelf life of the bread so it doesn't go bad. So then you're ingesting, you're eating wood pulp, and once that wood pulp gets in you, it's just like autoimmune diseases. Your body says, what is this? I don't know what it is. Attack it. And you could be thinking that you're relaxing and your body's going to war on the inside, and you're wondering why am I so fatigued in the morning? Or why am I, basically fatigue is the word. because your body's at war with a foreign matter that you never knew you put into your system.
Yeah, that's true, because Brother Raymond always used to say, and he still says, he says, like you go, I can remember the Pillsbury is so light. You all have some bread that is baked so light. And he said, sometimes they have people, scientists, take a feather. And they say, whoa, it's so floaty. Let's put it in a bread and put it in dough. I'm making a dough conditioner and make bread. And they're using feathers
And human hair.
and human hair to make the bread light.
L-cysteine.
Look at the word L-cysteine when you have a chance and see where it's coming from. L-cysteine. Okay? Google it right now, you'll see it. Anyway, so I'm showing you, people are getting paid to come up with these ideas and these things. Okay, the devil is busy. Okay? Yes, Mama, go ahead.
Yeah, you said for wash vegetables with vinegar. I would not agree with that. If it's not good, it's not good. Anything with vinegar, you use lemon juice or lime.
That's true.
No, you're not going to consume it. You just wash it out with pesticides.
Yeah.
And then you rinse it.
Yeah, rinse it out. You're not
Oh,
going to
no. Still get it in your food.
No, we could go, listen, we could go from one extreme to the next extreme, but you all understand, we don't have to be, I want it as an idea, okay, please, as I said, we don't argue over it, is whatever you convicted on, you do it.
That's right.
Alright? It's not against the message, it's not that new doctrine I'm teaching you all here, okay? It's just maybe in your household you will do it differently than another. So you don't have to argue about it.
Spirit of prophecy says.
The spirit of prophecy do say that you have to abstain from vinegar. Right?
But to what you can wash with
You can wash your vegetables with it.
Alright? Alright. See. Alright, Pastor. So I'm saying, don't let me worry about it. Don't fight yourself. This is just information. Alright? Yes, Pastor, go ahead.